All right, here we go, part 2. 1950 Ford ShoeBox for sale. In the last video I posted that it's $10,000. It's for sale. It's got a clean title. I have a copy of the original title from Kansas. I've transferred the title to my name, California title. This car is located in San Diego. All right, I listed it for $10,000. What you get is what you see, plus these 16-inch wheels that are powder coated black with the big white wall tire. I have the all four tires and rims, but I don't have the rears mounted yet. All right, so that's what you get, plus some floors. We have brand new floors from EMS. I never even opened up this box. Live here, open for the first time. These were shipped for me from EMS. I believe they're in Michigan. If you want to buy the car without the floors, the car does have solid floors. It does need some patch repairs. Well, let's go take a look at it. So there you go. This is not a rotted out car. The floor is complete, but there are some places like here and there where you do got to do some patchwork. But my plan for this car was to upgrade everything. So I was gonna put a 350 Chevy Drivetrain, and all this floor in the middle was gonna have to get modified. So I went ahead and purchased those floors. Watch how this door closes. So that should convince you how straight that car is. So I went ahead and purchased these floors for $1,300. It has the when you put a upgraded motor drivetrain, you're gonna have a little bit more room for the newer style transmissions. So that's what these are right here. These are gonna be in order to fit the new 350 transmission, and it's gonna go across in the middle, and then it'll be right in between these two floors right here. So what I've decided to do is, if you want the car on 15s, on some roller 15s, I can take $1,000 off, so now we're at $9,000. And if you don't want the floors, if you're a fabricator and you think those floors are good enough and you want to do the patchwork, then I can subtract the $1,300 off of that too. So if you want a clean title 1950 Ford ShoeBox on 15s with roller tires, I'll keep these powder coated 16s on with white walls. I'll keep those because I have other projects I can use that on. But so now we're down to $7,700, right? The video I made on Friday, we were at $10,000, but that's included with these 16s, and that's including these floors. I hope that makes sense. So the floors cost me $1,300. The wheels roughly cost me, $500 to powder coat, and then I got some tires for a deal from a friend down the street. So if you want the car, clean title, the car's complete except it doesn't have the Flathead V8. All right. I still have the original transmission right there, so you can, if you plan on putting back a flathead back in this and restore it back to its original, then there's the drive shaft, and there's another cross member right there. I didn't throw anything away when I got this car. This car didn't have the motor when I purchased it. but all this stuff was in the trunk, so I kept it all. That jack, that old school jack right there, the drive line, that air filter, and that transmission. I bought the car, it also didn't have a rear windshield, so I put this in here so that the cats wouldn't get in there here in my neighborhood, and I put a piece of plywood in there. So I put a piece of plywood, and that's just to keep anything from coming inside. Like I mentioned in the other video, some kids with some BB guns, I think, got a hold of this car and they shot out all the windows. You can see it here. Let me go to the other side. But the car has its hood, the car has its complete grille, it has its headlights, the bezels, this trim work. I have it. I bought another door. I have this trim. I have that trim. But like I mentioned, look at the windows, right? So included in that $7,700, if you just want the car, I will throw in a brand new windshield. I have it. It's in a box. I haven't opened the box, just like I hadn't opened that sheet metal for that floor either. Okay, you got your tail lights, you got a bumper. I have the bumper guards. They're in a box, so I have those available as well. When I say this car is complete, this car is complete. I have the bench right there. There's the front bench. They're recliner seats. These move forward. I just have other stuff that's in the way right now. Obviously it does need to get reupholstered, but that's the front bench right there. And right in front of me right here is the bottom of the back seat, and the back section of the back seat is this one right here. I was storing some of this stuff outside, so I wrapped it up so it wouldn't get beat up a little bit by the sun. If 10,000 is out of your budget, then I can work with you. Look, I got another set of 15s. I can go to the local tire shop and get some rollers, you know, for 20-30 bucks, and we'll throw those 15s on there. Look, the other ones are already over there. The other three wheels, this is not one of them. This is just one that I have for extra. But I have a set of 4 wheels. I sandblasted them, and they're painted flat black. So if you want the car for $7,700, then, you know, we'll remove I can sell these floors. I can sell these floors at the Pomona swap meet, or I'll find a home for these floors if you think you can work with what the car has. So if 10 grand is too steep for you, yeah, it was too steep for me too when I bought it, you know, 2 years ago when I bought this car. But you know, slowly I've been saving and buying parts here and there. But you can have this car for $7,700. It's not going to come with those 16s, and it's not going to come with the floors, but you can, you know, this car is an unmolested car. When I say unmolested, this car was built in 1950 or sold in 1950, and it wasn't turned into a dragger in the 60s or the 70s. Somebody didn't put a big block in it and cut up the firewall and stuff like that. My other video shows the car with the hood off. It's kind of hard for me to take the hood off by myself. My son has to be here, but the other video shows you that the Flathead V8 is removed. So my plan for this car was to upgrade the drivetrain. I was going to put a 350 Chevy with a 350 transmission. So let me talk about that for a little bit. Okay, so my plan for this car was to install a new drivetrain. This is the 350 motor that I purchased off of a friend, and this is a crate motor. It's a 350, and it has a RPM Edelbrock intake. It's the Edelbrock carburetor that goes with it. So it's going to have an Edelbrock intake, and it's a 350 that I was going to put into that shoebox. The price for that motor is $2,000. That's what I have in it, and the transmission would be 1,500 bucks. So the car, if you want the 16s on it like it has with the white wall tires, and you want the floors, now we're talking about 10,000, right, plus the motor. Now you're looking at 12,000 plus the transmission. Now we're looking at 13,500. Now this was what I was gonna put in it. A lot of people don't like to put Chevy motors in Ford cars. So if you have a different drivetrain, this has sentimental value to me. I got this from a friend. It was in a '69 Chevelle wagon of his. I don't have to sell the drivetrain. If you're just interested in the car, if you're just interested in the shoebox, 7,700. If you want the floors, you know, right there, 3,300. Add 1,300 to the bill. And if you don't necessarily need the white walls, you're not going with that kind of look, then you can subtract another $1,000, you know. But if you want those 16s plus the floors, we're looking at 10. If you want this motor, now we're looking at 12. If you want a transmission that goes with it, now we're looking at 13,500. Okay, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna pull out that Ford 9-inch rear end that my friend in Chula Vista built for me, and I'm just gonna fast forward the video while I move all this stuff and pull out that Ford 9-inch so that you can take a look at it. Alright, so what we got here, more parts. I got some cherry bombs. Those are the cherry bombs I was going to put on the exhaust. The rear end, my friend made it 5 on 4.5 so that all the wheels on the car were going to be the same lug pattern, 5 on 4.5. So my friend made it 5 4.5. I got shoe brakes in the back, and then we custom cut this size 57 3/4 to fit the shoebox. So this rear end fits that shoebox. It's a smooth back. I can't really get the camera in there, but it's a smooth back. It's a Ford 9-inch rear end. If you're interested in this one, then you know, tack on $2,000 to the bill. I have it listed on Craigslist. I kind of don't want to separate it from the car, but if I have to, then that's something I have to do. There it is right there, 57 3/4 fit on the rear of that car right there. So this is a build that I've been working on for the last 2 years. I bought the car 2 years ago. I slowly put the motor together from a friend, purchased that, started purchasing more and more things. Got the wheels powder coated. I don't know if I've showed the trunk before. Let's open the trunk. Now that the sun is coming out, you can see the floors in the trunk are all solid. I'm not trying to hide anything. You see the sun kicking through over there. That's a little bit of body repair that you're going to need to do. Right here. Right there. The rockers also need it. I said it in the previous video. You can see that down there. You're going to have a little bit of more here. Right here. You know? And then you get a better look at it. But it's a straight piece that you can cut out and weld a rectangle, new piece of 18 gauge stainless steel sheet metal in there. Up there is the rear windshield. That comes with the car for $7,700. And then those are the other two powder coated wheels. I don't know if you can see that. There's another one back there. This is a Radiator from US Radiator. I think they're in Kansas. So that radiator is going to fit that shoebox, and it's going to fit that 350 motor. Now if you're doing a different drivetrain, then obviously this isn't the radiator for you. But if you're interested in buying that drivetrain, then I have a radiator for what my cost is as well. My cost was $1,000. So let's talk some numbers. If you want a 1950 Ford ShoeBox, right? $7,700 is your cost. You get it with 15-inch wheels, right? Now, if you want the upgrade to the 16-inch powder coated wheels with some white walls, now we're at $8,700. Now that's the 16s. Now, if you want the floors, the sheet metal floors, right? Those cost me $1,300 from EMS. So now we're talking another 1,300 bucks. So now that's how we get to 10,000, right? If you want a motor, if you want the crate motor 350 with less than 10,000 miles on it, with a Edelbrock carburetor and a RPM Edelbrock intake, now we're talking 12.5, right? You want the matching 350 trans, that's another 1,500 bucks. Now we're at 14,000, right? If you want the 9-inch rear end, now we're talking 16. If you're going to do this drivetrain and you want the radiator, now we're up to 17. Those are all just options. This is how I was going to build it. All right, this is how I was going to build it. If you want the car with 15-inch wheels, that's your price. This car's going to go to Pomona, most likely go to Pomona swap meet October 12th. That's in that's in a couple weeks, and we'll see if 7700 takes it that day. But I was building this car. These are all my taste. I don't expect you to buy my taste, right? There's a lot of people that don't like to put Chevy motors in Ford cars. That's fine. If you got your own 302, you got your own Coyote 5.0, then that's cool. So then, but if you do want the floors, you know, and the 16s, then you're looking at that price right there, 10,000, right? If you don't mind putting a Chevy motor in there, that crate motor with a 350 trans automatic and a 9-inch rear end, now you're at 16, plus the radiator that's going to match. It already has the inlets for that Chevy drivetrain, then you're looking at 17. I do have a Bob Drake gas can that I bought for it, but you can put any gas tank that you want on it. It doesn't have to be this one. This is just one that I bought from C&J here, C&J Ford Parts here locally in Escondido, and that's the one that they sold me because they said it would fit. So it's cost me like $300 or $400 bucks. If you're interested, you know, throw a number at me. It's just sitting in my garage, so I can use that for other projects, or if this is something that you're interested in, then let's make a deal. Those are the numbers. Like I said, October 12th here in Pomona. There's one of the, I think it's the largest swap meet in the West Coast. My friend and I have been going to that swap meet for over 10 years. You know, those are the numbers. You know, that's we can make a deal. Let's say you don't want the Chevy drivetrain, you know, but you still want the 9-inch rear end. Then we'll work a number out. My email is sontail.media@gmail. You can email me there. You can DM me at sontail_media on Instagram. That's another option. But this car is complete, unmolested. It hasn't been cut up. The floors are solid. You can look at it. You can come and look at it. This car is local. I will not ship this car. You can come and look at it for yourself. Hopefully the video is catching most of it. What I could do is also just do another detailed video where I'll just put some music overlay. And I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think the numbers are there. I'm not trying to make more than what I have invested in this car. You know, I've spent a lot of time. I bought another door. You get this door. I haven't even mentioned that. You get this door right here. I bought another door just to get the chrome, just to get that piece that was missing off of the passenger side. I'll show it right now. This is the old radiator. If you want to rebuild this old radiator, because you're going to restore it back to the Flathead V8, that's included as well. That's the old radiator right there. I have not thrown anything away. So I purchased that door from a guy in Ramona. I overpaid for it, but I wanted this piece of trim, and this piece of trim fits right here. Right here. Boom, right there. And now all I'm missing is that back one, which you can find in Pomona or Hershey's or wherever you do your shopping. So I think I'm gonna do I think the numbers are there. I even cut out this 18 gauge sheet metal that's ready ready to cover the rockers. I have those cut out as well. If you're interested in those will come included in the price. The numbers are there. I'm gonna film the car a little bit more in detail with some music overlay, and we'll go from there. It can be as low as 7,700 with some 15s. Included in that price are all the old parts for the old motor, the old trans, the diff that's on there, that radiator that I just showed you, the cross member, the drive shaft, all for that price. Now if you want to start getting more things like the 16-inch wheels with the white walls, it cost me $500 just to powder coat those wheels, and then I had to buy the white walls. If you want the floors, $1,300 they cost me from EMS. I have the receipt. I just don't want to show it because it has my name on it, but the 9-inch rear end that my friend from Chula Vista built for me, and the radiator from US Radiator, now we're looking at 17. I've slowly been putting this car together. I know somebody in the comments wrote that it's a little bit pricey. I agree. It was pricey for me when I bought it too, and I've slowly been buying more and more parts for it. So like I said, I'm gonna do a music overlay just so that I could get a little bit more detail, so you can see the details in this car. it.